So how many of us have ever heard the expression, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all?
Oh, yeah.
It's not necessarily true. How about the expression, it's not good to judge others? That's wrong. I would want to encourage you today to enroll in the Beer Judge Certification Program. Use those exact skills to make your fellow homebrewers better. Today I'm going to discuss the details, the benefits, and the next steps you can take if you're interested in taking this next step in your brewing career. Let's start with competition. Judges are critical for competitions. Can't have a competition without judge. Well, what is a competition? Well, us brewers who face off against each other. And if you haven't done it already, there's a central location, whether it's county, country, international. We send our beers to a central location where they're categorized, sorted according to style, and then the judges go and do their job. They evaluate the beers on 5 specific points. That's aroma, appearance, flavor, mouthfeel, and overall impression. The highest possible score a beer could get is 50 points. And let me tell you, I've never seen a 50-point beer. I've never tasted one, but I plan on brewing one day.
All right.
So moving on, what is a judge? If you've ever been to one of those fancier restaurants, you have the wine guy, sommelier, who come to your table, give you the wine list, tell you you've made an excellent suggestion, or he'll make some recommendations. He'll open the bottle for you, smell the cork, and tell you how great of a choice you made. Well, a beer judge has similar experience, but of all things beer. And that knowledge he uses to judge the beers. Competition is about pride. Everyone wants to know how their beers stand up against other brewers, right? How does my beer compare to everyone else's? If I didn't win, why did they win? How did they win? What can I do next time that they did, apply it to my beer, and improve my next competition? I can win a medal next time. I can dominate and win all the medals next time. A world without judges is really going to be a sad place. It's monotonous. We're just making the same beer over and over, never improving, never getting that feedback. We never know what's going wrong. I'll tell you about my first entry. In my first competition, it was early in my home brewing career. My score was really low, and my feedback was pretty bad. But it was fair, and I took that criticism. A less experienced person, or maybe you'd think that someone who just joined a hobby with criticism like that, they would come back and say, maybe this is not for me. This is not something I should do. I'm terrible at this. No, you can't think like that. You need to take that criticism and run with it for next time. Make those improvements to your next batch and make your results better. So I have since that first competition, I've brewed much better beer and got much higher scores. So why do we need more judges? We've already got competitions, we've already got judges in place. Why would I need to ask you to become a judge? Well, let me tell you, currently most competitions have event capacity caps. So there's only so many entries that can get in before the event is closed. That is not fair for the people outside that cap that want to enter too. So more judges mean we can have more entries. More entries mean more feedback. Our brewers now get better, and next time win more medals. Those winning brewers come back and bring those medals back to their club, and those clubs become winning clubs. And winning clubs, as you may know, attract more members. So now we have larger clubs with more resources for improvement. So it's just a benefit to the entire homebrewing community. So now that you've listened to me so far, you may think to yourself, well, I don't want to jump in head first. How do I find out if this is the right thing for me? Well, I would recommend to you that you should volunteer at a local competition as a steward. And I did this last weekend. There's a local competition, a Florida competition called the Best Florida Beer Championships. And I stewarded all day last Saturday, and it was really awesome. I learned so much from the judges at my table. They had so much knowledge about the styles we were critiquing. I learned about styles I had no idea, I've never tasted before. I mean, for example, an Eisbock, anyone ever heard of this? It's a German beer, and once the beer is completed fermentation, you freeze it. it's frozen. And the ice crystals are then scooped off the top, thrown away. And what's left is a stronger, concentrated beer, more flavor, sweeter, and it also has higher alcohol content. So I thought it was really cool, and I might actually think about making one myself one day. Who knows? So now that you know kind of what you could do to get your feet wet, what's next? Well, there's a series of online exams that you have to take first. There's benchmarks you have to hit to become a judge. So this, you take your test, you get graded. There's essays that you have to write, and you also get graded. And then the last step is actually a live mock judging competition where you're given various number of samples of beer, and you will evaluate them one by one, give your honest critique, give them honest scores, and then you will be pretty much judged on your judging. If you pass that exam, you're a certified judge. Yes. You are free to move on to that next stage, that arm of your brewing career. So I hope today you have learned something about the entire judging program, and you are inspired to seek that next step in your life. And if you have any questions, come see me. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
60 seconds on the clock, please, Mr. Timer. And I apologize.